From WWL-TV, the spirit of Louisiana, this is Louisiana's news leader, Channel 4's Eyewitness Morning News.
With tax season just a couple of weeks away, New Orleans Assessor Erroll Williams will host two one-hour question and answer sessions for small business owners in town. The purpose of the sessions to help them better understand how to fill out their personal property self-reporting tax forms.
Now, those sessions begin today. There'll be one today and again Monday at City Hall. And joining us now with more on them is Assessor Erroll Williams. And these forms are important. This is where business owners document inventory, property, things that they have within their business.
That's right. Annually, the tax assessor's office is required to send each business owner a self-reporting form. We sent out approximately 11,000 of them, and I felt that the assessor's office has not been doing enough to try and teach people how to fill them out, particularly on the small scale businesses such as the mom and pop stores, the barber shops, the mechanic shops, air conditioning, refrigeration repair guys. All those people have to submit self-reporting forms, and whether they have inventory, furniture and fixtures, what they call it, equipment, or leasehold improvement, which is the most, what they call the category other, but leasehold improvement is the most misunderstood category.
Was enforcement lax on this?
Well, no. What happens is that if you don't submit the form, the tax assessor will determine the value of your property.
And how do you police that in the first place? I mean, because it's like a house. When it comes time to tax it, it's worth this much. If you want to sell it, it's worth this much.
Well, we've been working with the city's finance department. As they increase their audit staff, we're going to have a cooperative endeavor agreement with them that they will also look at the business personal property information to see and compare it to what they submitted to us to make sure that the person is properly reported. If you don't go back and police it every now and then, people fall lax and they don't fill out the form.
And how many people do you have to do that, actually?
Well, they're increasing their staff, okay, substantially. Our role is we have roughly 5 people that do 11,000 returns. Okay, they're responsible for doing 11,000 returns, but we only get like 40% of them back. So we think that by helping people understand that they have to file it, and also teaching them how to file it, that it'll become a lot easier for them to submit the information.
Are you guys still looking into property tax assessments around the city?
Oh, this is a revalue year, so
yeah.
To put it politely, that there is a substantial amount of work underway right now to try and make sure that as of August 1, that all real estate that we can cover in this year will be properly valued based upon its geographic region. We've broken the city down by neighborhood, and now we're beginning to take the values for those neighborhoods and bring them together and say this is what it is. So we still have the field work that we have to complete, and that is to determine whether or not the value we assign to the property fits that particular property.
And that was one of the reasons why there was such a big push for a single assessor. Is it working? I mean, when will we see what you consider a very fair assessment of properties all through the city?
I think that by year 2 of my administration, we should be very close to having uniformity, and that's the issue, fair and equitable assessments across the board. Now, keep in mind that tax assessors are usually the people who don't know the value of property. It's the person who owns it, okay, their property rep, and their attorney is usually more better than what we are. And I say that.
And appraisers, people like that.
Yeah.
I mean, are you sending appraisers out to go ahead and check around?
Well, keep in mind, we do hire outside appraisers, but we don't go into the houses, so we don't know whether or not you have marble on the floor and granite tops, or you have vinyl on the floor and formica tops. So if I see 2 identical houses under the state law and the way we use mass appraisal, you get the same valuation. That's what the law says, if they're in the same physical condition. Okay, whereas the independent fee appraiser goes in and he actually looks at what's any deferred maintenance. He tries to determine the value based upon what the quality of the construction is, and that's the difference between us. If I was in New Jersey, I would have a pinch pad, and then we'd go into each home and figure out what the quality of construction is. In Louisiana, that's not the law.
And if in fact it was the case, so would you expect higher assessments, more tax money for the city?
Oh yeah, certainly a guy who buys a house that has all these amenities, and it's the same house next door doesn't have, he's going to pay more.
Yeah.
I have some good examples in some of the subdivisions where the values are $250 and with a lot of amenities, and the other value is $190, and when you average them out, they both get like $210,000. So the guy who's got more pays less.
And if you have a problem with your assessment right now, if you're in an argument with the assessor's office, if you hire a private appraiser, does that help?
That does help. It doesn't help in the middle of a cycle.
No, in the middle of the cycle, yeah,
but,
no.
But what happens is that annually on the 1st of August of each year to the 15th, you have the public inspection period, but during that period you can file an appeal form with the assessor's office, and then it's referred to. If we can't settle it on an informal review, it goes to a formal review before the city council, which is the board of what they call the Board of Adjustments Appeals, and then they would take that information and hire another appraiser to go out there and come up with the value.
All right.
right.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate it. And if you're interested in those help sessions we were talking about earlier for the small business owners, again, they're today and Monday from 11 a.m. until noon in City Hall on the 8th floor. It's going to be in conference room 8E10. And you can get a lot more information for it by this number, 897-6152, or on our website at wwltv.com.
All right. Thank you very much.